Well, when I had started coming to Dr. Michlin, I had only been diagnosed about 6 weeks prior to that, and that's when my doctor recommended chiropractor care. So I was a little skeptical, but hopeful that things would be, a positive outcome. At the time, I had a lot of the numbness, the pins and needles in my extremities. I had weakness in my legs and sometimes my arms, always. And I would also have, I think it's called the Lermite sign, which is when you bend your neck down, you have this electrical feeling down one arm. I had that. And so it was just, I lived daily with a reminder that I had MS, and it was just, not that I was always in pain, but it was a reminder, and I didn't know, this is just the beginning of the end for me. So I was very skeptical, like I said, as far as what this was going to do for me, if it was going to be helpful or insignificant. So I started to be consistent. I did everything that he told me, and we had to make frequent visits in the beginning, which would be, I think we started off 3 times a week, and just to check my atlas to make sure I was holding. And of course I wasn't in the beginning, and I've kind of equated it to going to a dentist. You don't just go once and you're fine the rest of your life. It's something you need to maintain. But as we've progressed, my symptoms have diminished to where they're practically non-existent today, almost a year later. So, I remember one time that I had numbness in one side of my body, and it was a day that he was closed, and I was just in tears. I was laying on one side and I'm just going numb. So I called him and he said, come in. And I looked awful. I came in and he adjusted me, and it was immediate results. I mean, just relief. And it just meant the world to me when you can have that kind of result in just a matter of seconds. It was amazing. And I knew right then that this was not a waste of time. I drive an hour to come see Dr. Michlin, and it is worth it. It is amazing. When I tell him my whole story and just all aspects of it, of what I'm doing and part of what Dr. Michlin is doing. And so many people are trained to think that I've got to do what is mainstream, what the doctor tells me. If it's not what my neurologist is telling me, then they are afraid to do it. And to me, when I did my research, I wanted to find someone that had that testimony that could say, I'm on the other side of this and I am doing well. And I found upper cervical care research that I did, how many people were actually helped with this. And I'm like, and it was in Colorado when I first found a chiropractor that had these testimonies with MS patients. And I was so thankful to find, even though Dr. Michlin's an hour away from me, that is close compared to Colorado. But I was willing to do what I had to do to get my life back and to be there for my kids and to have a normal life and have a healthy life. I've met so many people that have either had it and I didn't know it, or have since been diagnosed. And when I share with them my story, unfortunately, some of them have it's fallen on deaf ears. It just seems too good to be true, even though I have the proof, I'm living proof, that you don't have to accept it. You don't have to live that life and just succumb to MS ravaging your body. You don't have to. But I would encourage anybody that has MS to try taking care of their body with everything that they can, and to do chiropractic care. The Atlas Orthogonal Chiropractic Care has meant the world to me and to my family. It's given me my life back, and it's given me a hope for a future that I don't have to accept the debilitating disease that's been given me. To me, the proof's in the pudding, and I'm walking proof. And like you said, no one would ever know that I have MS by looking at me, and I want to keep it that way.
Get out of pain.
Get back to health.
Call us today.
817-810-9111.